Oh, you already recorded.
my list of things.
Are you sure that audio's gonna be
It's gonna be
captured?
so awful. Hi everyone, welcome to my podcast. Today I have a very special guest. Care to introduce yourself, your name, and where do you come from, like your school?
Okay, hi, my name is Ruby Edison Silva. I'm currently attending high school at Beha College at Pangilinan Karawaci.
So, how are you feeling today? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited to do this podcast. It sounds very fun and hopefully it's also helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah, so today we're gonna talk about cell phones being used in class. So, first of all, does your school allow phones in class?
Yeah, I mean like they do. They allow us to use it from time to time, but it's mostly depends on the teacher and like the activities we're doing in class. When the teachers are like explaining their subjects or their materials, we're not really allowed to use our phones. But if it's just like free time and like we're not really doing much in class, or if the teacher gave us time to do research, we're usually allowed to use our phones.
So, where do you keep your phones though? Like below the desk?
I mean it depends. Sometimes like we put it on our desk. We can put it on the tables as well, as long as the teacher is fine with it. But it's either backpack, below the desk, or on the desk.
But like, imagine you're using your phone and then the teacher comes in, but you still keep using your phone. Would the teacher confiscate it?
It depends on the teachers. My friend has gotten their phone confiscated because of that reason. She was like in the zone, with her phone, and she like lost track of time. And then like the teacher was like, okay, let's start with class, but she's like still doing this, like very openly. And then like, boom, her phone got confiscated for 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, but if the teacher is like more, I guess, like chill, she'd just say like, put your phone down, the class is about to start,
Wait, but like the person who got confiscated for 6 months, how'd they get it back? Like they had to go through
it's like, she still has not gotten her phone back. So we get it by each of the end of the semester.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But do you think it's better to have phones in class or not? Or kept in a locker?
I think it's like better to have it because like, let's say you have like some sort of emergency from people at home, you can be contacted more easily, and like it also helps in researching when you're in class. It really does help you a lot throughout like the class. So I do think it's better.
Okay. So, but what do you think would be the benefits of having phones in class? Or let's say not having phones in class. So it's kind of both sideways.
So the benefits of both.
Yes.
So in my opinion, the benefits of having your phone in class is it's more easier to communicate with people outside of school that needs to be contacted urgently. You get to do research more easily as well. And like, because like it's more portable than other devices, like let's say tablet or laptop. It takes process, to open that, but a phone you can just boop, boop, and it's like on, But I'd say like the pros of not having phones in class is that maybe like there are like school policies that would confiscate your phone. So I'd say the pro is that you won't get your phone confiscated, and maybe I guess like students, some kids might get distracted on their phones in class, so maybe more focused in class as well. But it honestly just depends on each individual.
So, but in all cases, with having benefits on both sides, equally great and equally bad, would you rather have your phone in class?
As a student who does not get distracted easily, I'm quite biased, so I'd say I'd rather have my phone in class. It just has like a connection with me, so it's like better for me to be able to reach out people at home as well. So yeah, it's probably one of the greatest pros from having phones in class.
But do you think having phones in class for your school would bring more benefits or actually less benefits?
I think it would bring more benefits because my school also has like a lot of activities that sometimes makes us contact a lot of other people from schools, like what's it called? Orphanages? Yeah, because like sometimes we have this school activity where we have to serve do like service on those places, and of course it would be easier to contact them with our phones. So I do think it's more beneficial for my school.
Okay, so but in learning situations, you use them to sometimes study with them or find material,
Yeah,
right?
like finding articles or journals.
Yeah, but we also do have books in school.
Yeah.
So do you think that learning with digital tools are better than traditional
That's
methods?
a good point. My school does not use books. We
No
do not
books?
use books. We use like mostly like PowerPoints and based on our own notes. So we don't really use books. So I guess that's like another point that contributes that my school needs phones more. So yeah.
Yeah, my school also, like, we have to buy books, right? But we never really use them.
Oh.
We do PowerPoints every single time.
Yeah, so I do think at those case scenarios, like, I'd understand that you wouldn't need your phone if you have like books because you have like a physical like source for your education. But if you're not really provided with that, I think a phone would be a good solution to that.
But like most schools, like for example in not great funded schools, most of them won't have phones, right?
Yeah.
So do you think for them traditional method is still better than digital tools, or should they have like a communal laptop for school?
I think having an open resource like a laptop, tablet, or phone would be better because you don't get to just study based on the materials given from the book. It could also like, you know, people with high curiosity could also be benefited from these things. So yeah.
Okay, so what do you think would happen though if, for example, schools were completely banned from every school? And would students be more focused in that way since phones wouldn't be as distracting?
So phones are all banned in all schools?
Yes, all schools globally.
Do I think it would be a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, so students would be more focused.
It depends. I think it does depend because sure, maybe more focused, but I'd say like phone offers benefits that books do not offer. So like I said, like open resources and being able to research more deeply. So yeah.
Okay. So tell me about research though.
Tell me about research. Tell you about research.
Do you usually listen in on the teachers more than you search on the phone?
I do. I'd say I do both equally because like when the teacher like explains something, sometimes they like mention something like in a very short manner and like they're leaving me hanging, you know, like they're giving me information but not fully. So like I could use my phone to just like switch it up like, oh, what's this, and then I'll get a more detailed explanation, and it does like feed your curiosity more, you know.
So in that way, are you saying that phones are more useful than teachers?
I'm not saying phones are more useful than teachers, but I'd say phone could be like used as a separate media, yeah, to like support teachers in a way, you know, and students in their learning process.
I mean, that makes sense, but you know, mostly in my school, teachers would use PowerPoints, right? And then usually we wouldn't really, like take notes much. We would mostly listen in. So in your school, taking notes, would you take notes in like your binder, paper, or you use your phone?
Me personally, I have a tablet, so I just use that. But sometimes if I want to be really locked in, I use my notebook and pen, because I do believe like there's a difference, you know, when using a tablet and using your pen. Like it does, like yeah. So it depends, but mostly my tablet and my notebook. But sometimes I also type on my laptop, so it's like depending on my mood, I guess.
So using cell phones in class or even other digital tools are equally as great, but it also has some minor complications as to getting distracted or having your phones confiscated, right?
I feel like my phone offers those benefits with electronic devices also because like they have consequences that lead to you not being like wise with your electronic devices so you can get them confiscated. But I do say it's quite a crucial consequence to face. I myself have not gotten my phone confiscated yet, but my friends have, and it's quite not enjoyable, it's not fun at all. So yeah.
Well, guess that's mostly it about cell phones. So having cell phones in school are equally as beneficial and have their own negative sides. And it really depends on which schools and who you are as a person, if you're wise or not using it. And you might get confiscated, right? Yeah, that's mostly about it. So that's all about our podcast today about cell phones being used in school. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, that's it, right? How long did you get?
I'd say if you